Hello everyone and welcome back to another Warcraft 3 gameplay cast with me, Thendis32. Now, I know what everyone's thinking. This looks nothing like a solo. Well, I'm gonna tell you what, for those of you that haven't heard the good news, there's some changes going on in my channel. I guess I did what you would call sort of a application to become one of the official casters of the FFA Master League, since from what I've heard recently their former caster, Mage, has retired. And I don't know much about FFA. I feel like I can learn it. In fact, that's what I'm going to do with these YouTube casts. I'm going to learn it and then hopefully be able to cast the live tournaments. Now, for those of you who watch me for solo, don't worry. I'm still going to be casting solo. Still going to try to live cast Gara Cups, Golden Cups. So, yeah, this is my first FFA cast ever. If I make a mistake, for all you FFA nuts out there, please let me know what I did in the comments below. And if you aren't really knowledgeable in FFA, maybe you'll have fun watching this. Who knows? So, let's get into this. Spawning as the red human, it is Steppen Razor. And his opponent, spawning as the teal human, it's who guess? And his opponent, spawning as the light blue undead, it is Magadonsky. And another opponent, spawning as the purple human, it is Zishan. And then the next opponent, spawning as the orange undead, it is Jayod. And the next player, spawning as the blue night elf, representing the FFA Master League, it is Renaud. And then the next player, spawning as the yellow undead, I've casted him a couple times, it's DV. And last but certainly not least, spawning as the brown orc, from Australia, it is Sweet. Free for all, Market Square. Now, there's going to be a lot of things happening compared to my solo casts, so I'm going to try my best here. Right now, we are at the point where the players are starting to get their heroes, starting to creep. It looks like Renaud is going to be doing a little bit of a cheeky ancient war creep at the gold mine spot. And for those of you not too familiar with Market Square, there's a rock golem there, so it can be pretty pesky. Now, from what I know about FFA's, expansion is key. Economy is key. Knowing when to break that 50 food is key. There's also a thing like you see in the chat called teamwork. Players can team up together. Maybe if there's one big strong guy and then the two weaker guys can team up and kill that strong guy. The army styles you see kind of differ from solo. You kind of see more of a 4v4 like army, where you see like mass air, anti-air, casters all around, bloodlusted shamans, tanks, gyros, lots of towers, frosties, gargoyles. You see a lot of things here. But everyone is creeping away. Who guess? It looks like he'll be able to try to secure himself an expansion here, as on Market Square. There's quite a bit of gold mines here. I think there's one for each player, now that I think about it. But obviously, players going to try to fight and get multiple gold mines. And I'm going to keep checking on OBS, so the replay might stop here and there, because I don't think I've ever casted a game with this many players in it. So I'm not sure how that affects OBS. But Steppen Razor getting level 2 in his Archmage while clearing a gold mine with some militia. And we have DV with some fiends here, creeping away the expansion, building a Necropolis in the front. I don't think that's enough to block it off, but I kind of like the thought of it, actually. As you can see, players are creeping on this map. There are the red spots with the Bandit Lord, who can become invulnerable. So keep and the corner mines, which is like wizards and skeletal archers. Oh, but we have Jayod gonna go in for the creep jack on Ishan, who's actually going rifleman. This is loud. I'm sorry. I'm trying. This is not the great first cast of Free for All I was hoping for. But we do have a bit of harassment and an acolyte. Not sure why that acolyte's here, but the Archmage is surrounded, was blocked by the Rifleman, does find a way out. Alright, meanwhile we have more creeping going down over here. Ghoul going down. Jihad trying to focus down the Archmage. Death Coil going down onto him, but the Rifleman doing nice damage, killing at Jihad's units. Can Ishan's Archmage live? The Death Knight is out of mana. I think he will be able to get away with his life. I forgot to mention on Market Square there is a healing and a fountain of health. So you have to be careful not to tick off any creeps, as we do have Sweet running around with the Blade Master. I believe he did fast tech, as I do not see a barracks. Okay, there's a weirdly placed barracks up there. Alright, DV continuing to creep with the little fiends he has. Players are starting their techs, of course. Teching and expanding at the same time. You really don't see too many players commit to those lower level tier units on free-for-all. And one thing I forgot to mention is it looks like Reynald went Panda first. As far as I can tell, he's the only FFA Master League player in here. He's the only one with the clan lingo on it. His account. Oh, we're gonna have a little fight for the middle. Lots of players here in the middle. Gotta be careful nothing happens. Magadonsky looking pretty strong with his fiends and skeletal minions. But more ghouls coming in for Jihad. Shahad. And expansions are going down. Towers going along with them. There's a lot of players getting the expansions, like I said, and for free-for-all, economy is key. But we do see a Panda Panda second out of Jihad. Archmage Ishan getting focused down again. We'll get level 3 though. Ghoul's going down, another breath of fire. Rifleman gaining pretty low, but so far Ishan able to micro him back. But Jihad's doing quite a good amount of damage here. Ooh! Looks like we might have an engagement between Reynald and DV, both high level arena players. Or at least DV is. A lot of stuff going on, and my eyes are constantly in the minimap. Watching this fight is bound to happen. Ronald, sorry if I can't pronounce these guys' names, did bring an Ancient of War over to give him a little bit of oomph. We do have an FU noob going over here, as Ishan and Jihad are having themselves a little bit of engagement. But Jihad was able to kill Ishan's expansion. So a lot of resources wasted on him. He is a tier 2 though. Getting the rifle caster based army by the looks of things. We do see a Mountain King second. We got some pings going on. Alan, thank you for reminding me. No one has expanded here yet. Has it been cleared? It has been cleared. Oh, we're having an engagement I completely missed about. DV killing some fiends. We do have a Lich here also. And no Demon Hunter near the mana burn. Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire, and DV's Demon Hunter. At the same time, those Sweet attacking into DV's base, so DV kind of caught in a rock and a hard place here at the moment. Alright, he's starting to get Spirit Towers, pulling some ghouls, Windwalk, sniping some acolytes, and snare onto the Lich, and a Hex onto the Death Knight, and the Lich goes down very quickly. And things are not looking good for DV. Meanwhile, at the same time, Eshron and Jihad going at it. Panda going down. It looks like Purple and Teal might go after for an engagement. Lich being resurrected the altar. There are some towers here, and a nice surround by DV onto the Grunt.
A player's forces are under attack.
Alright, meanwhile, we have Huges trying to creep out a pretty big spot here. But Sweet continuing to pressure on DV's base. We do have him Besieged statue here. The healing's going to be very nice. And it looks like Magadonsky is going to try to creep out the middle spot. I'll check the super duper item later, but the Death Knight getting hexed more and snares. It gets focused down. He has no way of healing. He's surrounded by his own ghouls. Does let him out for a little bit, but the Death Knight still going down. Another hex. Oh, that is close. Run, chicken, run. Alright, he's going to go by the shop. Picks up a healing pot. It's going to heal up. Magadonsky, creep in the middle, was the greater invuln pot. Looks like that was the item. Ooh. But DV able to push Sweet away for now. Who's going double beasts here? Going Raiders. Still no tech to tier 3. I know you tend to see really late game units in FFAs. I guess it really depends on the player. Last time I messed with the volume, I swear. Just gonna get a little bit up. Man, Jihad and Ishan have been fighting each other all game. But the Archmage Ishan in a bad spot. Coil on a goal was missed, but a Storm Bolt. Not sure where that bolt came from, but it landed on the Archmage. And Ishan gonna TP out. And Jihad yet again canceling the expansion of Ishan. Ooh, looks like we're gonna have engagement between Stepping Razor and Huges. Huges though gonna TP out, not liking the feeling of this. I don't blame him. Stepping Razor got quite a bit of an air force. He's got 2 Griffiaries pumping out Griffin. Oh, 3 Griffiaries. 69 supply. Alright, meanwhile, Magadon Sky creeping out a red spot of his own. The Bandit Lord drops the Super Duper at him. And he's solo creeping with the Lich. Not sure where his Death Knight's at. Oh, I heard a coil. Oh my gosh, are these two still going at it? Just give it a break. Meanwhile, we have Sweet and DV going at it. I think this fight will be more interesting though. So another coil goes down onto a ghoul, but Rifleman picking through the ghouls nice. Level 2 on the Mountain King as he storm bolts a ghoul to his death. And ghouls dropping left and right. Can't tell if this fight's going better for. I think it's going better for Ishan. Meanwhile, we do have Sweet and DV going at it. Death Knight getting focused. It's Snare going down onto him. He does have some healing pots. And a TP should he need it. We do have Destroyers coming in, but the Shadow Hunter is Sweet getting focused down as well. Oh, and it looks like Steppin' Razor going to try to push in into Huges' base. There's so much going on here. Renaud creeping out the red spot. He's going to lose his keeper, the Grove. Ooh, I'm not sure what that was about. DV don't want to push into Sweet's badly burrowed placed base. Oh, Steppin' Razor and Huges going at it. Huges got almost all of Steppin's units ensnared. Level 2 on the Paladin for him. Renaud pushing away. Not Renaud. I'm just freaking flustered. Alright, but a lot of Dragonhawks going down for guess who? Huges, Steppin' Razor just doing so well at the moment. Oh, but Sweet tacking into DV's expansion. DV TPing in. We do see a Dreadlord third out of him. Alright, this Genji going down. Nova. Oh, we do see a Ice Revenant summoned unit from the red spot. Alright, more engagements going on. Level 2 on Huges' Paladin, who just gets Storm Bolted. Meanwhile, DV and Sweet having the engagement. Blademaster forced to win walk away. And DV has a pretty nice army versus Sweet's just mass raiders. Renaud getting some Chimeras into his army mix, creeping out the red. Oh my gosh, this is so much. Oh, but now Steppin' Razor's Archmage getting focused down. Will be forced to TP out. Alright, Jihad looks like he continues to delay the expansion of Ishan. Ishan this whole time on one base, doesn't really have much to produce with it. Alright, Steppin' Razor's expansion. Oh, and Sweet's Blademaster surrounded by DV. Nice pick off. Long range coil, gonna try to get a Raider, does not get it. Oh boy. Alright, Jihad and Ishan still fighting. They've been fighting all game. These boys are duking out, but the Storm Bolt from the Mountain King kills Jihad's Panda. Alright, Sweet continuing to pressure. Blademaster dead and everything. He wants DV's gold mine. He kills the Necropolis for it. While at the same time, DV's trying to push into Sweet space. He's now starting his tech to tier 3. Blademaster being resurrected at the altar. Oh, okay. Let's see. Magadon Sky creeping out what looks like the last red, I believe, on the map. And DV, full rain on Sweet's base. Meanwhile, at the same time, Sweet's attacking into DV's base. Maybe try to go for a base race, but DV's got some towers, but he's going to TP in anyway. Alright, Eshan and Jihad continuing to go at it. Stormbolt onto the Lich. Oh, boy. And Sweet gonna run away from DV. Alright, the coil on the Lich does save him for now. And it looks like Sean starting to get some grips of his own. Cancels the expansion of Jihad. Okay. What else is happening? In the world of FFA, this has been non-stop action in sweet calls GG. We have our first player out. Alright, and Magadanskite might have saw that wisp of Ranad going to expand. Oh, and Steppen Racer also out of the game, so 2 players down. 6 players left. Who will be the grand player of this game? Right now we do see the players still going at it. These gold mines, as you can see, like, I don't even think who guesses expansion even got harassed much. Maybe the tower just a little bit. Oh, Steppen lagged out apparently, so maybe he could have kept going. Maybe he could have done well, but by the looks of things, who guess is the champ here and gets to secure himself another expansion in a map like Market Square with limited gold mines. I think that would be a huge advantage. I'm reading the checks. I feel like it might be helpful. I'm hoping it's helpful. Sean trying to continue to get this expansion up, but Jihad is still trying to keep the pressure. Alright, we have Magadanskite attacking into who guesses second expansion. He'll have to come in to try to defend. He's got a nice bit of an air force. I'm not sure if Magadanskite has web. I would assume he does. And we see Necromancers, a unit I don't get to cast often. Oh, but the Blizzard from the Archmage. Trying to get some nice units. Meanwhile, as Shana Jihad still going at it. I think this fight's gonna be better. Another Blizzard going down, hitting all of Magadanskite's Fiends. Sleep from the Dreadlord onto the Archmage. And Griffin's focusing down the Fiends. Sleep going down again. We do see the Frostworm coming in. More Novas going down. Meanwhile, this Cageman over here. It looks like Sean's kicking a lot of butt. Alright, more and more Blizzards, but the Sleep on the Archmage, keeping him occupied. I think Magadanskite is doing a lot better than I thought he would here. Alright, now the Mountain King getting focused down, and the Nova takes him out, level 4 in the Dreadlord, and now the Paladin getting some as well, goes down. And Magadanskite just completely wrecking. Who guess? Things are not looking good for who guess. Desperately trying to build some units here. Getting mortar upgrades, actually. Not sure if... I guess with the Fiends, yeah. Might want to get some gyros for those Frosties as well. Meanwhile, Jihad continuing to be harassing. Continue to be harassing. Yes, I just said that. Continuing to harass with his destroyers. And Renaud really hasn't done much. He has built quite a bit of an air force here. We got 2 Ancients of Wind and 2 Chimrus. He's starting to get the armor upgrades. Not sure if he got the siege upgrade. No, he did not. And now Magadanskite going in for who guesses final expansion. He plans on hurting him a lot. Oh, the Carrion Swarm hitting quite a bit of those peasants. Oh, we see a visible panda out of Jihad. And DV killing sweet units. I believe they still give experience when the player leaves. Oh yeah, another thing I forgot to mention is hero levels is so important in FFA. As Magadanskite with the unholy frenzied Frostworm. Not often I get to see that. Yes, units still give experience when they leave, just not as much.
A player's forces are under attack.
Alright. We're still down to 6. GG's being called by Magadanskite. So... So I think who guess might be leaving soon, which makes me think we're going to be down to 5. So So we do see a Death Knight with an orb. I'm not sure if that was the right choice, but that baby on the Lich. And Jaha gonna do a little bit of panda harassment in Eshan's base. Coil gonna take out a peasant, giving level 3.
A player's forces are under attack.
Breath of Fire killing a lot of peasants. Ishan coming in to defend. He's got some air destroyers sucking on the water elementals. And we see Magadonsky wisely building expansions at these free mines, getting that income going. But these two still going at it. Another Breath of Fire hitting a lot of the peasants. And Jihad trying to get as much damage as he can do. A lot of peasants going down here. Level 2 in the Lich. Death Knight getting focused down, and Jihad's gonna TP away. And we see who killed himself here. I guess he wants to be an observer, because when you lose all your buildings, you go into observer mode. We do see a level 6 Death Knight, level 5 Lich, and a level 4 Dreadlord from Magadonsky. Oh, DV TPing away. I forgot about Renaud using the shims to attack the crypts. Still no siege upgrade though. Not sure why. It's a pretty nice upgrade. He can afford it. Oh, but DV with a lot of Gargs. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and he had 6, but it died. So he had 6 crypts producing Gargs. That's a lot of crypts. But Renaud continuing to run around. We see Panda with Kellen's Dagger of Escape, giving them the blink ability. Oh man. Slow going down onto the Panda. DV don't want to take a bad fight. Gargoyles going after the Hippogriffs. More and more Gargs going on the way. Sleep onto the Panda. Oh my gosh, a kid tilt's happening. Roar going down from Renaud. And Gargoyles and Hippogriffs going at it, but the shims focusing down DV's heroes. Oh, I can't tell what's going on. I think Renaud's winning this fight. DV gonna kite away a little level 4 in his Lich. Alright, meanwhile these two still going at it. Alright, Hippogriffs definitely over Gargoyles at this point, and that's a lot of Hippogriffs. Especially with the Breath of Fire from the Panda doing that AoE damage onto those Gargs. Oh, the blink from the Panda, Drunken Haze on the Gargs. And we have who guesses peasants attacking DV's acolytes, but the Frost Tower gonna clear him up for now.
A player's forces are under attack.
Alright, meanwhile at the same time, Ishan finally putting the pressure on Jihad's base. Jihad has a couple defensive towers here. We do see 2 tanks here. Does Jihad have what it takes? Meanwhile, these two still going at it, DV and Renaud. But I think Renaud down to 65 supply compared to DV's 76. Oh, but Jihad going down his Stormbolt onto the Death Knight and a Holy Light, but the Death Knight gonna use a healing potion. Gargoyle is going down. Jihad trying to rely on these towers, but the tanks wisely focusing them down. We do have 3 meat wagons here, killing these tanks right away. Alright, Holy Light gonna save on that Mountain King. The Mountain King getting coiled, getting a bit of the old focus. Now the Paladin getting focused as well. He is at level 2, so he will be able to use Divine Shield. Unless it's on cooldown, of course. But there's not much nuking potential here for Jihad. He does lose his shop, so no more potions. Oh, and the Thunderclap slowing down the Death Knight, takes him down, and now Jihad's Lich getting focused down. We'll use Frost Shield. Oh, but now the Panda getting focused down. And keep in mind, these Griffins cannot attack the Destroyers. They are magic immune. Oh, these meat wagons getting repaired by the peasants as they try to fight back. Oh, and Jihad's Lich goes down from the Stormbolt. Alright, another Breath of Fire from the Panda. Ishan cleaning up Jihad's units here. It's not looking good for Jihad. Oh, but these two still going at it. Fiends going down. A lot of Crypt Fiends Gargoyles for GV, as it looks like he's going to lose another mine. Who guessed? Leaving the game. We are down to 5. Alright, Nova going down. Breath of Fire as well. Healing Scrolls being used. I just can't tell what's going on. Level 5 on the Panda Renaud. Oh, but the Lich getting focused down. Another Nova going down. Coil gonna save the Lich. But the Shim's doing so much damage. Oh, and the Blink from the Panda. Breath of Fire is going down. And Snare onto DV's Dreadlord, but he sleeps the Panda. Long range Coil gonna go on it.
Players' forces are under attack.
Oh, and Ishan killing Jihad's base here. Hippogriff's going down. DV trying his best here, but it looks like Renaud with the air dominance here. DV lost all of his gargoyles, desperately trying to produce some more, but there's only so much he can do on one base income. Alright, Nova going down. The Panda continuing to use that Blink Dagger. And the Shims focusing down the Death Knight. No potions. The Dreadlord does have an invuln pod. Should he want to try to switch it over? He does switch it over to the Death Knight. Death Knight taking a lot of damage. Gonna use the invuln pot. And Eshan sieging away at Jihad's base, and I think we're going to be down to 4. Even building a town hall here, as there's still quite a bit of gold left in that mine. But Magadon Sky with 4 bases, 5 if you include his main, worth of income. That's a lot of income. I don't know what to do. Renaud gonna heal up, using those fountains to his best ability as the middle creep has been cleared. Magadon Sky with his shade sees that Jihad's base has been killed. Oh, but the Shims attacking at another one of DV's expansions. By the looks of things, this one just got up. Oh, but we have Magadensky going in as well with Orbit Frost. I didn't know that. Probably got it from a red creep. It looks like he's backing off. He does not want to take Renaud on. Renaud TPing in to defend his expansion. That DV was attacking. I wasn't paying attention to that. And Jihad was defeated. We are down to 4 players. DV, Magadon Sky, Renaud, and Eshan. Who will be the top?
Forces are under attack.
2 undead, 1 night elf, 1 human. Sleep onto the Panda. Gargoyles going into stone form. I'm not sure what he was trying to do. I guess hide from the Hippogriffs? As the Shim's focusing away at DV's heroes, he does TP away. Breath of Fire going down, and the Lich goes down at the last second. Oh, and Magadonsky, I think he caught out Ishan's Mountain King. And it looks like he's going to try to go in. Ishan with quite a bit of towers, though. Does have the +3 masonry upgrade. Do the Frost Rooms have Frost Breath? Yes, they do. Ishan has a couple tanks here. They do have the anti-air upgrade. Gonna try his best with what he can. Alright. Renaud with the Shim upgrade now. And Ishan trying his best to hold. I don't think he can, though. Magadonsky shredding through the towers. Mountain King being resurrected to the altar. And Ishan actually going to TP out, abandoning his main base. Where does he expo to his expansion here?
Forces are under attack.
And I don't know, things not looking good for Ishan. These tanks doing quite a bit of damage. Magadonsky using the Gargoyle Stone form to get him out of tank range so they can heal up a little bit. As when they are in stone form, they do heal up twice as fast. We have a shade going around for DV, trying to scout what's what. Right now, DV at 79 supply, Renaud at 79. Ishan's pretty much dead, and Magadonsky at 80. So no one breaking into that high upkeep. Especially since I'm sure at this point in the game, the gold mines are starting to run a bit low. So players are probably thinking about conserving, banking up a little, instead of going into that huge 100 food mass. At least that's what I think they're thinking. The Mountain King out for Ishan, gonna TP away. Ishan with quite a bit of resources. Not sure why he's not trying to build some workshops here or something. Rebuild those tanks to deal with the air of all these players. But Renaud teching into Magadonsky's expansion. Does Magadonsky TP in? We do see a level 5 priestess in the mood for Renaud. Looks like Magadonsky gonna run over, try to defend. DV running around with his heroes. Not sure where his Gargs are. I know he had a lot of them. We do see Boneyards. He's going to transition to some Frosties. Oh, there's the Gargs. Alright, we do have the engagement. Ishan getting chased by Magadonsky. While at the same time, Renaud going to try to kill what looks like one of the last mining bases of Magadonsky. Does he have what it takes to take on all those hippogriffs and shams? Blink by the Panda, Drunken Haze on all those Gargs, but a nice sleep by Magadonsky. And the Drunken Haze eaten up by the Destroyer. Another slow onto the Panda. Alright, Nova going down, carrying Swarm. Alright, and it looks like Renaud gonna TP away. Ooh, nice sneaky expansion by Renaud here. Gonna take this gold mine of who guesses main base back when he was in this game. Way back in the day. So, yeah, we're down to 4. Ishan's not in the greatest shape in the world. He's taking up at an expansion. Think he's gonna try to rebuild some form of gyro tank for us, I would believe.
The town is under siege.
Cause I don't see him doing well with Griffs and Dragonhawks. And Ishan gonna pressure a bit DV's expansion. DV's been under a lot of pressure this whole game. But Ishan's gotta be careful. He does have a TP. Archmage getting focused down. Slow onto the Paladin. And Ishan quickly TPing out. He says sorry to DV. Mountain King barely getting out with about 170 health left.
The town is under siege.
And Magadonsky attacking Ishan. This base has quite a bit of towers, but the Frostworm's Froth Breath making it pretty easy to slowly siege him down. Killed 1.5 Esco, says Renaud. He killed 1.5 Expo.
The town is under siege.
DV still with quite a bit of a gargoyle force, still hanging under that 80 food cap. I believe all these players are 80 and 79. Ooh, did you just do what I thought you did? Magadonsky feeling confident, breaking into that upkeep, jumping right up the 90 supply. While at the same time, Renaud continuing up the harassment onto Magadonsky's acolytes. Quickly and summons a gold mine though. No, attack it. What are you doing?
Is under siege.
You're giving him more resources.
A player's forces are under attack.
Renaud continuing to pressure. His entangled gold mine now coming up. Staying under that 8 food. Not even fully plenishing this entangled gold mine. What's the bank looking like? So, hold on. Magadonsky attacking into Ishan's last mining base. And he seems pretty upset about it.
Players' forces are under attack.
Ishan gonna lose his tier 2 castle, even though it's not a castle yet. And I think that might be the nail in the coffin for Ishan.
The town is under siege.
Oh, we got some tanks here, but 2 tanks are not enough.
A player's forces are under attack.
Alright. Peasants going down. What does Ishan do? I think we might be down 2-4. Two undead, 1 night elf. Oh, make that 3. We're gonna go down to 3. Oh, but Ishan continuing to pressure, blizzarding all of Magadonsky's acolytes, forcing him to TP away to defend. Gonna TP right onto it, sleep on Ishan's Archmage. Staff of Sanctuary gonna save him, but the Nova on the Mountain King takes him down. Level 7 on the Death Knight. And the Paladin going down as well, and Ishan down to his Archmage. Not sure where Staff of Sanctuary would take you if you have no Town Hall. I guess it takes you to the barracks. So right now it's currently 97 supply for Magadonsky, 75 for DV, and 79 for Renaud. We got 3, soon to be 3 mining bases for Renaud. So far 2 for Magadonsky, and DV is down to 1 with only 5k gold left into it. So we are getting to that point in the game where gold is a bit scarce. But we are pretty much down to 3 players. I guess Ishan gonna try to rebuild. Not really gonna get much done there, buddy, but I like that never give up spirit. In Magadonsky, using the Infernal, the ultimate ability of the Dreadlord, to snipe the altar. And that actually should get a cancel on the Paladin. Yeah, it should. Oh, meanwhile, we have an engagement. I'm so sorry. I believe Magadonsky's TPing out. No. Oh, wow. That was a good fight from Magadonsky. And the Destroyer's sucking up all that fairy fire. We're not gonna lose the Tree of Life. DV gonna try to steal an expansion up here. Get a little cheeky. Try to come back into this. And the Altar King's killed Ishan with no wood to get it back. He does have a lumber mill, I guess, if he wants to start chopping. But things are looking really good for Magadonsky. He seems to be top dog. Maybe if DV and Renaud team up together, try to attack him, maybe they can get some form of lead here. At least that's how I think FFA works. If you see one big top dog, you gotta get the smaller dogs to team up on him. Bark, bark. Oh, we have an over DV and Magadonsky going at it. DV sending all of his gargoyles to Stoneform. But the Frostworms of Magadonsky trying to focus down the heroes. Sleep onto the Death Knight. The Lich getting focused. Can I get a click on the Lich? I can't get a click on the Lich, but DV gonna TP away. There shouldn't be enough to take him down, but the Carrion Storm Frost Nova does take him down. And apparently you can TP with stone formed units. I thought you had to put him back in normal form. And Magadonsky frickin' in the lead. We see a level 7 Death Knight, level 6 Lich, level 6 Dreadlord versus a level 4 Keeper, level 5 Priestess of the Moon, and a level 5 Panda. And for DV, we have a level 5 Lich, level 4 Dreadlord, and a level 5 Death Knight.
Forces are under attack.
And Renaud's Hidden Tree of Life being found out, and Magadonsky quickly taking care of it. So it does go down. We even see the scouting Desi. But Ishan did manage to rebuild himself. Only 1k left in this gold mine. Does have a 2k bank, so slowly I guess he can try to rebuild. I don't see him doing very well with that. Oh man, that's such a force. Sleep going down on DV's Dreadlord. Nova onto Magadonsky's Gargoyles, and a sleep yet again on the Dreadlord. And I think DV might lose his Dreadlord. Death Knight can try some long range coil. Oh my gosh, he has the Blink Dagger! I didn't know he had the Blink Dagger. Very nice move by DV. Gargoyle is getting shredded though. And DV gonna TP out. I did not expect that Blink Dagger. I totally should have checked that Dreadlord's items. And DV losing yet again another expansion. Does get the unsummon on it, so he gets a little bit of cash back. Is DV calling GG? Yeah, sounds like a GG to me. Was he hoarding 3,500, 2,000 wood? I don't think that's a hoard. I figured a hoard would be like 9k gold or something.
A player's forces are under attack.
Magadonsky using his Infernal to keep up the pressure with Ishan. And that Immoralation from the Infernal doing a lot of damage here.
A town is under siege. A player's forces are under attack.
Alright, Ishang trying to push away this Inferno with his heroes. Not sure I got them all back. Did he get them all from the tavern? I think he might have. Holy Light saving the peasant. Meanwhile, Magadonsky attacking into DV's base. DV gonna TP in. And DV's got quite a bit of towers, but this is a nice place for him. But the Death and Decay from Magadonsky's Lich. How many times have I mispronounced his name this game? Alright, Garg's going at it. Slow's going down. Slow onto the Lich does cancel the Death and Decay, allowing these towers to stay up to deal more damage. But more and more Garg's going down. And this might be the end for DV. His Lich getting focused down was coiled. Invulnerability potion gonna be used. And Magadonsky TPing away as Renaud attacks his expansion. Not sure why Magadonsky TP'd away. I guess he felt like he need that to force to kill Renaud. But DV losing everything. All the workers, I believe, are dead for him. This is what he's stuck with. How much gold did he bank? 2k. Alright, so at least he has a little bit of bank. He lost some ziggurats though, so he can only build up the 70 supply. DV gonna attack into Magadonsky's base. Magadonsky at 98 supply, which is pretty damn close to 100. Oh, but we see the blink from Renaud's Panda. Drunken Ace, Breath of Fire on the Gargs. Destroyer's gonna suck up as much of it as he can. Alright, Renaud's gonna TP away. And was that another level up? Level 7 on the Dreadlord. These are some high level heroes. But DV doing a nice bit of damage, killing all the Acolytes and Towers of Magadonsky, and quickly TP's out, but he loses the Lich! Lich down. DV gonna resurrect him at the altar. That takes a big chunk out of his bank. Resurrecting a hero. And Ishan with the lone Dragonhawk. When did this happen? Taking up to tier 2. The Griffin Aviaries were alive, so he could have built more Griffins. And Ishan really is going to try to come back into this, isn't he? I still don't think he can do it. Another Infernal coming in from the Dreadlord. And I guess this is the point of the game in an FFA where you use teamwork, but Magadonsky continuing to cancel expansions for Ishan. DV with the lone Acolyte left alive, gonna try to get a gold mine up. Who guess thinks he needs to siege Magadanskai's main? Maybe. I could see that working. But the Infernal with the pressure! The harass Infernal! And DV gonna continue pressure, but Magadanskai quickly TPing in, as that is one of his last mining bases. So he's definitely gotta protect his income there. DV quickly backing out. Does he have a TP? Yes, he does. And Ishan having himself a nice little brawl here. And it looks like a little bit of teamwork from Reno, I guess is what he's called, and DV. But Magadanskai continuing to be around. Reno might be caught in a bad spot here. Nova Carrion Swarm. Breath of Fire's going down. A lot of AoE here. Alright, Sleep going down onto the Panda Renaud. So many gargoyles. Keeper the Grove goes down. More Breath of Fire, more Drunken Haze. Chims and Hippos going in. Healing Scroll being used. Alright, now we have the Carrion Swarm. Scroll protection being used by Renaud. Level 6 on the Panda, who is slowed. Alright, so much going on here. Chim's right on top of things as they are focusing down the heroes of Magadanskai. Renaud gonna TP out those. The gargoyles killing everything. And that fight looked pretty nice for Magadanskai. And Renaud a little bit ticked off from DV by the looks of things. A little bit upset. Can't blame the guy, as he might have just lost the game. He's building back. Oh, never mind. That guy's got bank. Wow, that's a lot of gold. That is a lot of gold. Meanwhile, Ishan managed to tech up to tier 3. Don't forget, he's still in this, boys. Is he trying to build some form? It's getting workshops. Gonna try to get some tanks, I guess. And I don't know what to say here. I guess DV and Renaud gonna try their best to slowly siege away at Magadanskai.
A town is under siege. A player's forces are under attack.
I guess. I don't know. My first FFA cast ever, and it is pretty action-packed. Let me tell you what. But looks like Magadanskai gonna buy some scrolls, maybe some invuln pots. I know in FFA preferred vitalities are pretty nice.
A town is under siege. A player's forces are under attack.
Ooh, Renaud and DV going in together. Not sure how they're going to keep their units from attacking each other when they A-click into Magadanskai's base. But Magadanskai gonna TP in. Going for a double-pronged attack here. Does he have what it takes? He has quite a bit of towers here.
A town is under siege.
Alright, Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire onto the gargoyles.
Forces are under attack.
I think we're about to see a big fight here. Oh, as another Nova goes down onto the Gargs. Alright, Carrion Swarm going down on Renaud's air. Slow onto a Hippogriff. I don't know. Hippogriff gonna get sniped off. Magadanskai trying to take a fight by the towers. I don't blame him. That would be the smart decision. DV slipping a little attack in his Renaud's units. Alright, but the Chims with the siege upgrade are able to slowly siege away at these towers. Slow onto the Panda to overextend a little bit. I think he was going for a Breath of Fire. Not to mention with the Priestess and the Moon Aura, those gems do a good amount of damage here. Alright, Gargoyle's going in. Alright, everyone's going in. Three-way attack here. The Priestess and the Moon getting nuked down. Oh, Magaduck guy having a little bit of a brawl with Renaud here. DV nowhere to be found, attacking the Lich of Magaduck guy. And he's going to TP into his base, try to get in a better position, but the Lich goes down. And is this what Renaud and DV needs? Oh, I don't know. It's currently 59 supply.
The town is under siege.
Versus 39 and 58. Renaud took a big hit there from that fight.
His forces are under attack.
Lost quite a bit of his units. All those expensive hippogriffs. Still has 3 shims alive. I don't know. Alright, Breath of Fire going down. Shims sieging away at the towers. Alright, Carried Swarm going down. Magadan Sky trying this. Can he do it? The epic hold. The hold of a century. Can he beat 2 players? He's at 64 supply. DV's around his supply level, whereas Renaud is really out, and it looks like he's backing up here. I missed a little chat. Oh, I guess I don't get to see that. I wanted to see what he said. I think there was a little bit of a trash talk going down, which about halfway out of the Altier level 8 will take some time. Does he have 12k?
The player's forces are under attack.
He has 64 gold. DV nowhere out around there. Alright, what's happening in the world of Ishan? Although we haven't seen much out of him, he's still in this game. He's still got quite a bit of a bank here. It's just not much of an army. He's starting to produce some siege tanks. $7K, says Renaud. Renaud lying a little. Doesn't want the players to know the true amount of gold he has. Ishan running around with his heroes, got a Dragonhawk. Almost at level 6 with his Archmage. The Acolyte should actually give it to him, allowing him to teleport around. There's the level 6 in the Archmage. So now he has mass teleport. DV and Renaud going at it now. Alright, Magadan Sky running out of his base, feeling confident enough, runs right into Renaud, and DV going in for the sandwich! Oh, this is such a big loss for Magadan Sky! Oh man, Carried Swarm's going down, the hero's getting focused by the Chims. Breath of Fire going down from the Panda of Renaud. Now DV changing to Magadan Sky's team. I'm not sure what's going on here. What is going on? It's like they changed teams. It's like whoever's winning is like, I don't know. So I guess the 2 undeads are now versus Renaud.
A town is under siege.
The elf, I suppose.
Player's forces are under attack.
Alright, now we're gonna have an engagement here. Shims trying to focus down. The blink coming in from the Panda.
A town is under siege.
Oh, a lot of peasants going down there. Right now, currently the supplies are 28 for Magadanskyi, 31 for Ishan, 89 for Renaud, and DV's at 59.
A town is under siege. A player's forces are under
Ooh, Ishan doing a bit of pressure on DV with the Blizzard, using his heroes. Now that he has mass teleport, he's able to move around the map quite quickly. Oh shit, Archmage gonna get focused and vulnerability onto the Paladin. Alright, Death Knight gonna try to staff his Sanctuaries. And the Paladin's gonna try to run out. I believe that's a level 1 Divine Shield though. Doesn't last too long as TV chasing down the Paladin. He has a TP, should he need to use it? Nova going down and he will TP. Man, this is a long game. I'm not sure if FFA usually go this long. Huh.
A player's forces are under attack.
And Renaud with a lot of hippogriffs. That's a lot of hippogriffs. And our Infernals magic him in? I guess they are. Alright, Ishan getting caught out by DV again. Will TP away. And Reno, I guess he's the top dog here at the moment. He has the biggest army, and I think he has map control, I would guess. If there even is a map control in FFA. And looks like DV and Maga gonna try a bit of a dual assault on Reno's base.
A player's forces are under attack.
Or Ishan's base by the looks of things, because Ishan's getting bombarded here. Oh, and Ishan gonna TP to one of his expansions, but Reno coming in. DV caught in a bad spot now. DV's gonna TP out.
Is under siege.
And Renaud looks like he's gonna show some mercy and let Ishan live, as there's really nothing to this base but wood. Oh, I used this Archmage. Okay, I was wondering where you TP'd. Oh, duh. Huh. Looks like...
A town is under siege.
Alright, Renaud canceling an expansion of DV. Die.
A player's forces are under attack.
DV's just like, die. Alright, sleep going down on Magadanskyi's Lich. Carrying Swarm and Nova onto all those gargoyles of DV. This DV's actually attacking who I thought was his teammate, but we do have an Infernal going down for our Magadanskyi. And this is probably really good for Renaud here, as two of his really main threats here just hacking at each other. Gargoyles going into stone form. There's another Nova goes down. And Magadanskyi's Death Knight very low on health. Alright, Nova going down on DV's Death Knight now. Oh, but the Swarm going down on him. Gargoyles coming out of stone form. Death Pack being used by the Death Knight. Healing up just a little bit. DV does have a TP. Will use it. As another Nova goes down onto all those gargoyles. Meanwhile, Renaud, I'm guessing that was like the best possible situation for him. I would think. I mean, how would you feel if both of your opponents started just killing each other? I think he would feel pretty great. Alright, now Magus
town is
needs
under
to be careful for not hanging about. Pingity ping! Oh, the Infernal attacking away at Ishan's main base, but there's something more important here. Magadon Sky almost losing his Death Knight, does have an invulnerability potion, so he did save it. But we're not continuing it with the bombardment of hippogriffs. Can you imagine all that bird poop? Oh, but the blink from the panda with the blink dagger. Drunken Haze! Breath of Fire! But Magadon Sky TPing out. Oh, but now DV attacking Magadonsky's expansion. He's got to be careful because Renaud is around.
A player's forces are under attack.
And what's our boy Ishan doing? He is chilling with his tri-human hero force.
A town is under siege.
Not really doing much else. We'll be able to get a town hall up. That gold mine's 2K, not bad. He does have double workshops and plenty of supply space, and tier 3 if he wants to build tanks, gyros. I mean, he has the Griffin aviaries. Maybe he can build some Griffins if he wants. But I still don't see how Ishan can come back into this. Apparently DV's tired of this shit, to be honest. I didn't expect this game to be this long, but it actually hasn't been that boring. But DV attacking Ishan's base, and I believe that gave his Lich level 6. Yes, it did. Ooh, Ishan's got to be careful with his heroes. Renaud is around. I'm guessing they're working together some, because Renaud's reaction time was pretty slow on that. I guess Renaud knows if it comes down to those two, he'll win in a heartbeat. I would think. How are the banks? 355 gold. 220. Somehow DV's still making cash. I guess he sold some items. And 6,000. So Renaud, that bank, he's got the biggest bank out of all the players left in this game, and the biggest army. So, not sure what that means. And Renaud breaking that up, keep going into 90 food.
A player's forces are under attack.
Woo! Ishan's hero's getting caught up by DV, forcing him to TP away. Really gotta pay attention to that stuff. Ooh, Magadonsky does see DV's expansion being built with the nicely placed shade. Oh boy.
A player's forces are under attack.
And it looks like both the undeads are moving in for an attack. DV isn't lying, he only has 70 gold. Alright, Magadonsky going in with what little units he has versus Renaud. The blink from the panda going in, Drunken Ace, Breath of Fire on the air. But the Nova carrying Swarm doing a lot of damage to those hippogriffs. DV is coming, gonna try to go in for the dual attack here. Oh, but the Death Knight getting caught up with the entangled roots. Does have level 3 in Hoyar, so he does regen quite quickly. DV coming in with one Frost Worm and a handful of Gargs, but that is so many hippogriffs. More Novas going out, double Novas, carrying Swarms going down. And the hippogriffs going on top of everything. Both the undead players backing off here. Alright, Drunken Ace from the Pandaren Brewmaster, but he does get sleep. DV sending his Gargs into stone form. Get rid of that Drunken Haze. Oh, there's so much going out. Alan telling Renan to run, and that is what he is doing. He does not feel like he can take this fight. Alright, stat preservation being used on what I believe was the Panda. As more Novas going down, both the shims going down. Slow on to the Keeper of the Grove. Keeper of the Grove going to be caught in a bad spot, but Renan TPing out with him. Renan down to 77 supply versus DV's 42 and at 54 supply. I'm talking really fast here. Alright, shims going down. Hippogriffs going on to those gargoyles. Level 6 on the Keeper of the Grove for Renaud. DV, you're sarcastic in FFA. You're more mannered in solo.
A town is under siege.
Alright, Ishan harassing DV's expansion. Using his staff as preservation. TP's into these tanks that are just hiding here in the corner. Not sure what they were doing. Tranquility being used by Renaud, healing up his units. That's a nice thing, as it looks like he's pretty much out of Moonwell juice. While Magadan Sky is healing up, getting some mana at the fountains. And DV, he's had enough of Ishan. Or not. He's doing some. He's doing some.
A player's forces are under attack.
Alright. I still believe the undead players are working together to take down the big strong elf who's got some fairy dragons in the mix.
Siege.
Actually. But this game is still going on. Alright, here we go for the engagement. Alright, both the undead players. This is a long game.
The town is under siege.
Renan really caught in a bad spot here. Does he have what it takes to push away both of these players? The undead nuke could do quite a bit of damage, as there's double novas and double swarms, I do believe. But DV backing off. And as soon as he said that, Renan comes out. I like that. It's like, oh, he's gone. All right. So both of these players backing off, as Ishan with the tanks sieging away at DV's base. Gonna TP out, but the sleep canceling the TP. Gonna use the normal TP, Staff Sanctuary onto the Mountain King. All in Ishan this whole time. I didn't think he would do anything this game, and he sieges away DV's base. DV literally down to 0 gold. If he has an Acolyte, he can unsummon some of these pointless buildings, but I think he's out of Acolytes too. So, I really like that play. In fact, he TP'd in with that frog, didn't he? Does he have a shop? He's gotta have a shop. He does have a shop. I think he bought that frog as a mechanical critter.
A player's forces are under attack.
Oh, where'd that frog go? Where is that frog?
A town is under siege.
Oh, he did! Nice play by Ishan. Alright, Magadunsky and DV having a bit of a brawl, but I think they're still on their main target, which is Renaud. Alright, Infernal's coming down, Novas carrying swarms. Just a lot of AoE damage from these two undead players. Double undead nuke is just evil. Alright, long range coil onto the Infernal. DV gonna go in. Blink. What blink? And the Priest of Moon has demonic figurine. There are destroyers going down, but it doesn't matter. Nova onto the Keeper of the Grove. More Frost Novas going down on all these Hippogriffs, and there's so much AoE damage here. What can Renaud do? We do have Tranquility being used by the Keeper of the Grove. Gonna try to heal all these units up. But the Undead's completely, slowly sieging away at Renaud's base. The Infernal going down. Frostworm sieging away at some Moonwells. And Renaud's actually supply capturing all this. He can't remake any units. Drunken Ace, but the Fire into Gargoyles, but the carried Swarms into Novas. There's a lot of stuff going down. More Novas going down at the same time. I heard a Death Coil. There's Death Coil going down to new statue. I can't talk fast. Woo! Alright, let's keep it going. There's some chat on my Twitch thing, but this is for YouTube. Alright, sleep onto the Panda.
Town is under siege.
So a coil going down onto the Infernal. Another Tranquility from the Keeper of the Grove. And these undead players are doing pretty good, although DV lost all of his Gargs by the looks of things, and he cannot remake them. Alright, more units going down. And if it goes well for them, I think it'll look better for Magadonsky. Although Tri-Heroes are nice, Ishan at the meantime with quite a bit of tanks here. Oh, but the DV's Dreadthor getting caught, does get coiled though, does have the Blink Dagger. Alright, another coil going down. That Death Knight's got a couple more coils left into him. Sleep going down onto the Panda. Nova onto the Keeper of the Grove, who is getting focused down. But the Hippogriff Air Force moving on in. Going straight for that Frosty. Now we have the Paladin with the Divine Shield being used. Scout Holy Lighting on the Frostworm. Ishan helping out Renaud here. As Magadonsky backed off, went to the fountains, getting some mana. DV a little bit upset about it. Oh, man.
A town is under siege.
And Ishan with his tanks and the mass teleport on that robot critter, sieging away at DV's face. And there's another mass teleport. I hate you. Alright, so far a lot of chat going on. There's currently 60 supply for Mata and Sky. I can never pronounce his name. 34 supply for DV and 66 for Nod. So even after being sieged away, still managing to keep a bigger-ish army. Although he is supply capped severely, he's gonna have to build some moonwells. Used his ancients to clear some trees. I like that. Able to build some moonwells in the back. And we do see a scouting gargoyle for Mata and Sky. And DV with his last mining base getting a little bit of gold, banking up on it by the looks of things.
A town is under siege.
I'm gonna speed up a little bit till we have a fight, because I do have to leave soon. I did not expect this game to go this far. Alright. Looks like DV gonna try to attack into Renaud's base again with his Tri-Undead Heroes. Possibly. More and more Frost Shields going down, and Tangle Roots onto the Lich of DV. Another Frost Shield going down. Dragonade's Breath of Fire. The Panda of Renaud almost at level 7. But the coil from the Death Knight will save the Lich for now. And DV calling for his partner here.
A town is under siege. A player's forces are under attack.
Oh, really? Says DV. Oh, really? But Renaud caught in a very bad situation. So he is forced to pretty much play defensive. Death Knight is getting entangled. Sleep onto the Panda. And the hero's going for the Keeper to Grove, who gets nuked with the Coil Nova. Stat preservation will save him though. And more slows onto the Panda. Now the Priestess of the Moon getting focused down. Coil Nova and Tangle Roots onto the Death Knight, but the Death Knight getting focused down at the same time. He does have an invulnerability potion though. Doesn't want to use it. Let's see if he can't get away in time, which he does. Meanwhile, Magadan Sky attacking in Ishan's base. Ishan just TPing out with his mass teleport spell with a nice tank force here. I'm surprised he was able to do this. Alright, both these players going down. Mag gonna catch at these fairy dragons. They do go into fairy form though. Messing with the gargoyle AI just a little bit, allowing them to escape. I like that. Nice play by Renaud. Speed up a little for an engagement. Pause. See what's going on. Nothing's going on. Alright, it looks like Magadan Sky gonna go in for a hit on Renaud. Whereas Ishan's just sitting in his base. Speed things up just a little bit. I'm waiting for something to happen. I gotta go soon. Gotta ping his DV's building some ziggurats. And Magadan Sky's gonna find DV's expansion. Will he kill it or let it live? Looks like he's gonna let it live. Oh, but Ishan's here is running right into him. But a little bit of delayed reaction. Not much going on here. Renaud finally in a long time feeling safe enough to leave his base.
A town is under siege.
And DV unsummoning the Haunted Gold Mine. Alright, players running around. Nothing happening, nothing happening.
A player's forces are under attack.
Still nothing happening. A lot of chat going on, but nothing happening. A lot of chat going on. It's like Warcraft super speed going on here. Alright, Magadan Sky sieging away at Ishan's castle. Does able to take it down. Oh! Yeah! Alright, Ishan just down TPing away. He was sieging at Magadan Sky's base, but DV catching all these units, gets a coil, kills the Archmage. And that's not pretty good for Ishan, losing his Archmage like that. Oh, now the Paladin going down as well, and DV doing some nice damage to Ishan. Although Ishan was at the brink of losing this game, he actually did a lot more damage than I thought he would throughout this.
The player's forces are under attack.
Alright, sleep onto DV's Death Knight. Finally, the undead players going after each other. Coil, Nova. Oh, blink right, the Dreadlord. But the Lich of DV getting forced down. Death Knight still sleeping. Wakes him up to TP away. Oh, but the Nova! Dreadlord goes down. Level 9 on the Lich of Magadan Sky.
Players' forces are under attack.
Alright, tank's getting caught out. Still not much happening. Gotta keep my eye on this. Renaud looks like he's gonna do a bit of pressure in Mag's base. Tranquility being popped by the Keeper of the Grove.
A player's forces are under attack.
The Panda going in, breath of fire, gonna slowly siege away at these towers. Ooh, and the Keeper to go, getting caught in a bad spot, going right on in there. Panda gonna blink in, but he does get sleep. Coil, Nova, Carrot, Storm on the Hippogriffs. A lot of anti-air fights going down. Level 9 on the Dreadlord of Mag. And another Coil, Nova, Swarm. But the Breath of Fire from the Panda and the Drunken Haze in the wrong order. But the Gargoyle's gonna go into Stone form, get rid of that Drunken Haze. And Renaud TPing out. Meanwhile, TV, I guess he really wants Ishan to die. Alright, gotta keep up with things.
A town is under siege.
If we see another fight, looks like we might, as Mag going into Renaud's base. Meanwhile, at the same time, Renaud into Mag's base, and it looks like they're going in for a base race situation. Well, will Mag do it? No, he's going to TP in, try to defend. Renaud quickly TPing out as we do see Starfall from the Priestess of the Moon. Another thing I don't get to see often, but time to speed things up, as I really have to go soon. Alright, players running around. DV looks like he's gonna try a little bit of Renaud here. He's down to his heroes, got a Frost Worm, but Renaud actually not gonna do it. Are they buddies now? Is Mag now the top dog to get teamed up on? I just don't understand. Like, look at this.
A player's
It looks like they are working together or something.
The town is under siege.
And alright, Renaud gonna go into Mag space again, but Mag is nearby. Breath of Fire from the Panda, does get sleeped. Oh, but the Keeper to Grove getting nuked. Staff Preservation will save him. And Renaud gonna TP out. Speed up again. Sorry about the speed up, folks. I promise next time I do an FFA cast, I'll be able to stay for the whole thing. And Ishan leaving the game. We are down to 3. Alright, Nova's going down. Swarms as well. And Mag losing a lot of units here. Entangled Roots onto the Death Knight. Sleep onto the freaking Frostworm. But DV gonna use Death Pact to save his Death Knight. Mag gonna TP out. Coil on the ledge, and it looks like Renaud and DV gonna go in for the kill. Mag down to 36 supply. Tranquility going down from the Keeper of the Grove. Meanwhile, 51 supply versus and 27.
A player's forces are under attack.
And gotta make sure those units aren't attacking each other. Nice placed Shade. Ooh, gets killed due to DV Shade. And can Mag hold? I don't know. We do have an Owl Scout and a Shade going in, seeing what's what.
The town is under siege.
Mass Fairy Dragons from Renaud. I didn't notice that transition. TV doesn't care. He just wants this game to be over.
A player's forces are under siege.
Alright, Death and Decay going down from the Lich of DV. Sieging away at all of Mag's towers. Alright, Nova onto the Gargs of DV. Breath of Fire onto the Dreadlord, who's taking a lot of damage. He does have an invuln pot, though. Alright, we're gonna have an engagement. Breath of Fire's going down. Alright, staff preservation gonna save a Dryad. Priest of the Moon getting nuked down, forcing Renat to TP out. But now DV and Mag's gonna have a little bit of fight. DV gonna TP out in the Death Knight of Renat, taking a lot of damage here. But he does survive just barely. Gonna speed things up yet again. Alright, Renard moving out. Whereas Mag in the middle with just 2 destroyers, but all these level 9 heroes are gonna have an engagement. Coil Nova onto the Keeper of the Grove. Entangled Roots onto the Death Knight, but the Staff Preservation will save the Keeper. But now Mag gonna back off. Oh noes. And now Mag and DV attacking to each other. But DV going in, trying to attack into Renaud's base. I don't know whose teams. DV keeps switching back and forth, back and forth. It's so hard to keep track of my head. First he was working with Renaud. Then he went to Mag. Then he went back to Renaud. Now it looks like he's working with Mag, and then back to Renaud. It's like, just make up your mind. And it looks like they're gonna go in for a final push into Mag's base, I would think. With the Owl Scout, he does keep track, knows where Mag is. Alright, we're gonna have an engagement here. Entangled Roots onto the Death Knight. Infernal coming down from the Dreadlord. And the Panda of Renaud right in the front of things. Wants to land a good breath of fire, but the Carrion Swarm and Frost Nova going down. Alright, Tranquility going down from the Keeper of the Grove. Alright, sleep onto the Keeper of the Grove, canceling the Tranquility, but the Death Knight of Mag taking loads of damage, getting focused down by 2 players. Another blink from the Panda, but he gets sleeped yet again. And the Death Knight trying to run away. Can he live? Death Knight is down for Mag, level 7. No, level... I don't know what leveled up. Oh, but the Nova onto the Lich, and Mag losing all of his heroes, and Vulnerability Potion gonna be popped. Idioting ending. Idioting end. I don't think that's proper English. Oh, but another Nova Swarm onto Renaud. And the Lich goes down. Breath of Fire going down. Dreadlord getting focused down. Vulnerability Potion going to be popped here. And it looks like Renaud is top dog at the moment. Both of these undead players are weak. Dreadlord getting chased down by Mag, by DV. Oh, but the Nova gonna slow him down and take him, and Mag leaves, and GG's gonna be called, and the big winner is Renaud. A total of 1 hour and 38 minutes of pure non-stop action, pretty much. If you like this cast, subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you want to watch me play Warcraft 3, follow me on Twitch at Thundus32, and I'll catch you guys later.